Oh, it is a V-nickel. Sweet. Oh, 1894, baby. Starting the day off right with another piece of a Harmonica Reed Plate. Just half of it, unfortunately. The whole plate wasn't there. Still, fun find. Cool. Let's get more. Well, not exactly an old find, but it's an interesting find. And it's a pocket knife. A little shield on it there. Maybe it's a scout knife. I don't know. Funky pattern on the back though. Very, very colorful. It's like a 70s kind of thing. Not very old though. Pretty close to the surface. A couple inches down. I mean, it's obviously been there a while. The blade's all corroded. But it's kind of cool. Yeah, I don't know if I'll keep that. That's really beat up. But still, it's an interesting find. Hopefully we can find something old today. It is cold, and I'm in shorts. But it was warmer before the sun went down. It's getting dark now. It's only 20 minutes to 7, but it's the middle of September, so in New England, so 20 minutes to 7 is nigh on dark, well past sunset. And I've been jonesing these last few times out here. I haven't really found much of anything. One thing here, one thing there, but it's really starting to become very, very sparse. And I'm starting to think it might be time for a change of scenery. I mean, I love it here. It's beautiful here, but it's getting really hard to find stuff. So maybe this property needs a rest. Maybe I need to go away and come back in the spring and give it another try then. That might make a difference. Sometimes it does. So I was feeling a little blue, and then I was out in the woods, and I did dig something that I think qualifies as a relic. This little guy. Looks like it's part of a belt buckle or sash buckle. Looks pretty old. Not sure. But that's interesting. At least it's not a shotgun shell or a bullet or a piece of junk. And then I got out here into the field and I hit a piece of silver. It's not old silver, but I'll take it. Any day you find silver is a good day. There's old Georgie Porgy Pumpkin Pie, 1954, says I. 90% silver. Sweet. Looks pretty good. Just a few inches down here in the scruff. The scruff is super hard to swing in. Your coil gets caught in it, and this machine's so sensitive that every time the coil gets caught, you get a false signal. You get a high tone. Anyway, piece of silver. That's a good thing. Yeah, I think it might be time for a change of scenery. And of course, I can't do this without you guys. So, if you, or one of your family members, or someone you know, lives on an old piece of property, older than, say, 1900, and would like to have me come by and see what can be found, please leave me a message on the Chuckin Dirt Facebook page or on a YouTube comment. Get in contact with me, and we'll come see what's in your backyard. But let's go over what I found today. Alright, we got a rabies tag from 1996. A couple pieces of black glass. That's very old stuff. I believe that's a modern bullet. Shotgun shell head stamp. That very old, I think it might be part of a suspender buckle or sash buckle. And the lovely 1954 silver Washington. That was it. That was it for a good 2 hours of hunting. That was all I found. But at least I found a piece of silver. And any day you find silver, a good day. Alright guys, I will see you on the next hunt. Well, this is a little funny. I'm up at the front of the property here, and usually this area I don't check because I'm usually parked here, or you know, one of my detector's buddies who's with me is parked here. We've been parking between that tree and the one behind the camera, and so I just checked this area and just found a relic. Here it is. It's another flat button, and I believe this is a Tombac button. Tombac is a particular alloy, and it tends to have this shiny black look to it, and that looks like Tombac to me. I'm not 100% sure, but I'm pretty sure that that's a Tombac button. But it's very old, and although the shank is squished flat, it looks like it's still on there, so no maker's mark. But that's a nice old relic. I'll do a little bit more hunting around this spot. See what I've been parking on for the last 19 visits. I believe this is my 20th visit to this property. So I put out some feelers today for new permissions. I haven't heard anything back yet. So we'll see. We may also get a little rain. Okay, back at it. Well, ordinarily I don't dig big iron. You know, I'm not really all that interested in finding hammers and axes and things like that. This didn't sound like big iron before I started to dig it, but it's turned out that that's what it is. Have a look. See it? I just finished prying it out of there. I haven't taken it out yet, but look at that. That's a big old axe head. Holy Christmas, that's a big one. I don't know if it's old. I'm not really that good with old axes and things like that. But it was a good 8 inches down there. So, 8 inches? Yeah, it was about maybe 7 inches. But still, that's a big sucker, huh? Pretty neat. Ask me no questions. Alright, let's fill this mess in. Man, that is so disorienting. Camera is facing east, and the sun is setting. And the brightest stripe in the sky is on the eastern horizon, because it's overcast. And the overcast clouds go, you know, all the way along, sun setting over there in the west, but because the clouds end over there, that looks bright. It almost looks like the sun is setting in the east. It's very disorienting. I just had an unexpected score here. I keep saying, you gotta dig it all, even when it sounds like crap. And I promise you, this sounded like junk, trash, piece of foil. Chuck, why are you doing this? You know it's going to be a piece of junk. It wasn't. Have a look. It's nothing too amazing, but it's cool. There you go. It is a nickel, but as you can see, over the dome of Monticello, there's a giant letter P. See it there, right under E pluribus unum? Big old P for Philadelphia. And the only time when large mint marks were printed over the dome of Monticello It was during World War II, when nickel was at a premium, needed for the war effort, and so we produced what are now known as war nickels. These are nickels that are 35% silver. So that is a silver coin. A silver war nickel. And I haven't looked at the date yet, but, you know, given what we know about war nickels, it's got to be in the early 40s, so it's probably, you know, 45 or 44 or something. And, yeah, I'm rubbing it. It's just a war nickel. I'm not too worried about damaging it. Can you see the date? There we go. 1943. Now, because it's silver, all that crud will come off very easily with a little soap and water. So this coin will clean up and it'll look nice. So there we go. We scored a little silver today. 1943 war nickel. It's worth maybe $1. War nickels aren't worth a lot. And it's not the old Spanish silver or trime that I'm looking for, but I'll take it. I'll definitely take it. Alright, let's keep it going. It's getting dark. The bugs are still all over me. The temperature is in the 50s and the bugs haven't gotten the memo. I am so looking forward to the first frost. Alright, we're going to keep looking. I don't know if you can see what I see, but it looks like, yeah, the street lights are on over there. It's definitely getting dark. I need to clear out of here. But I did have one last find. It is a relic. I don't know how old it is. I couldn't say. Have a look. This nice little buckle. Rang up high like brass, but it's all rusty, so I don't think it is brass. It's very thin, which leads me to believe it's a buckle for, you know, fabric, like a band that goes on a hat or something like that, or maybe on a purse. The little teeth there suggest to me that it hooks into fabric. It's not like a bridle buckle. It's for clothing. It's very, very thin and fragile, but I'll take it. It's definitely better than the trash I've been digging. Alright, we got to clear out of here. This week on the shout-out segment, I'd like to recommend you try out Aquachigger, which I can't believe if you haven't already heard of Aquachigger. If you haven't been watching Aquachigger, what are you doing with your life? Aquachigger is the YouTuber who got me started on metal detecting. Several years ago, Aquachigger, also goes by the name Bo We Met, that's his actual name, discovered several hundred silver coins, very, very old silver coins that had been lost in a stream. And he parlayed that video into a whole business. And he's very successful now, and I'm very, very just sort of vicariously proud of him. I think he's done a great job. And he has forgotten more about the Civil War than any of us will ever know. That guy is very, very smart. He knows his material. He's got a good soul. He's a good guy. And you'll really enjoy watching him. So you should definitely check out Aquachigger. I have a few interesting finds. So let's just do a quick wrap-up. Now we have that lovely axe head. And this other item, some kind of tool. Might have been a shovel, maybe? Or a trowel. Not sure what that was part of. We got some modern clad here. We've got a dime and 4 modern pennies. I believe they're all copper pennies, no zincs. 1 bullet casing, the fabric buckle, the 1943 Silver War nickel, Jefferson, and that lovely little Tombac button. Pretty sure it's Tombac. Anyway, looks good. Yeah, that's it for today. Tomorrow will be Saturday. I'm hoping to come back here and bring a friend. So, if that works out, more video to come. See you on the next hunt. De France is what that says. D-E-F-R-A-N-C-E. De France. I recovered this coin back in August 26th. It was my first day at the 1760 property. And at the time, I said I didn't know what it was. It was completely slick. I passed it off as perhaps a 1700s farthing. Well, it's an old copper, but I have no idea what it is. It seems to be completely slick. Have a look. This coin is kind of small. It's too small to be a large cent or state copper or anything like that. It's very, very smooth. I've gone over it pretty hard. It's not a button. Pretty sure it's a coin. It was deep. But I don't know what it is. Maybe a farthing? 1/3 farthing? Something like that? Farthing coin? Those are supposed to be smaller. I'll have to do some research on that one, but what a nice find, huh? Toothpicking it didn't reveal anything. It was featureless. And because it was featureless, several weeks later I opted to try applying some navel jelly to it to see if I could reveal some detail. Now, I'm going to come up right out here and flat out tell you, you should not put navel jelly on coins. The only reason I did it here was because the coin was already completely destroyed. There was nothing to see, so I couldn't make it worse. Never put navel jelly on a coin if you can see anything. If you can see the slightest bit of detail, don't do it. Because navel jelly will strip the surface from the coin, and you can lose a lot more detail than you gain. But in this case, I got lucky, and difference was revealed on the coin. And you can see, in this image, the pitting. That wasn't there before I applied the navel jelly. The navel jelly really ripped up the surface of this coin. I was very, very lucky that it revealed any detail at all. But the fact that it says difference on the back like that in such big letters, given the size of the coin, the weight of the coin, thickness, width, means that I can actually identify the coin. It's gone from a nondescript copper, possible farthing, to a French liard. French liards were primarily minted in the 1600s. There were a few minted in the early 1700s that did not have difference on the back. So the date range for this coin is 1655 to 1692. And I'm more inclined to think it's in the 1655 to 1658 range, which is when the coins were first minted. And they weren't minted every year, so there were these long gaps. It's like it's minted 55, 56, 57, 58, and then 20 years goes by and no more are minted. So, what we have here is we have a coin that's definitely over 300 years old, potentially as old as 363 years, which is pretty darn good. That definitely makes it the oldest coin I've ever gotten any kind of positive ID on. This is the reverse, where it says difference. And unfortunately, there is no detail to see on the obverse. The obverse is completely destroyed. The only information available is those letters on the back. So there you go. French liard. Wow, that's really something. Speechless. I just had the most amazing find. I'm just completely blown away. I'm blown away, and it's in really good condition. Come on, have a look. Have a look. Have a look. I'm sorry, I'm so freaked out right now. Look at that.